Welcome back to the Jason Show, everyone. Last time we talked to our last guest, we were talking about preparing our skin for winter. We were in studio having a conversation, and whoa, has life changed since then. Lindsey White, welcome back to the Jason Show. I can't see you in real life, just virtually.
Yes.
But how are you? How have you been since we last spoke?
Well, it definitely feels different to be in my kitchen versus a live studio audience. That's right. For sure. I don't get and my cats aren't laughing at me, so it's a little strange. I'm good. Being in the cosmetology esthetician world, it's been kind of interesting not to be in a salon every day and kind of navigating those waters through all of this, but a lot of couch time. I opened up a business 2 weeks before this kind of all happened. So I know it's been kind of interesting to change gears from, doing services hands-on and now kind of focusing on doing everything kind of through online and product sales and those kinds of things.
I'm glad that you're healthy and you're good and that everything's all right. Like I said, we talked about winter skincare last time. I'm so excited. I know that we're in the middle of a pandemic and life stinks right now for that, but it's summer. I mean, it was like in the 70s this month, and I think it's important to start talking about summer skincare.
Absolutely, especially with people being in quarantine and they're being exposed. They're going for walks, which is amazing, but definitely thinking about protecting your skin is important during that. So,
okay, well, you gave me my 5 tips, and the first one, I have to admit, I'm already screwing up. All right, you said number 5 of the most important things: don't store sunscreen in cars, boats, or garages. I'm gonna admit it. I store one in my car all summer. I call it my emergency sunscreen, and it gets used a lot. Why shouldn't we be doing that?
So actually, extreme temperatures will degrade the quality and the potency of your sunscreen. I had a friend who did the same thing. I mean, most people make this mistake because it just seems more convenient. I had a friend who first of all, it was an expired sunscreen, which, yes, there's expiration dates for a reason.
Okay.
And she left it in her boat for years. And so half the year it's sitting in 90 degree to 100 degree extreme temperatures. And then the boat goes in storage into a frozen, unheated garage for the other half of the year. That quality of that sunscreen is really going to be lowered. Actually, the SPF lowers over time. So it's not going to protect you the same way that you think when you bought it. Oh, it's SPF 50. The quality is just not going to be the same. So the best thing that you can do is store your sunscreen in, if you want an emergency one, in your purse, like a little one, or, in a room temperature closet at your house, and you just kind of use it when you need it.
Okay, yeah. Number 4, be careful which products you use in the morning. Anything with acid in the title, tell me about that.
So it's there's a list of products that make you more sensitive to the sun. So when you go out, you're more prone to get sunburn. Acid is kind of like a trigger word in your mind, which is not always the case. I'm not going to get too technical with you, but glycolic acid is probably the most culprit of them. It makes you a little bit more sensitized. So if you have something that has glycolic acid in it, make sure to use that in the evening. Or a lot of other common ingredients are a lot related to acne medications. So benzoyl peroxide is a common acne medication that will make you more sensitive to the sun. The best thing that you can really do is just make sure that you're reading the instructions and make sure that it doesn't mention use it at nighttime.
All right, load up on antioxidants, but not just on your face.
Yes. So that's another common buzzword. A lot of people hear, I need antioxidants, that's good for me, but they're not quite sure why. The best analogy that I'll tell my clients is when we go out in the sun, there are certain cells in our body that start to go a little wild because of the exposure, and they start damaging other cells. That's what will cause premature aging, skin cancer. So antioxidants actually act kind of as a little jacket for our cells to kind of protect from those wild, damaging cells to harm us. So it's important to eat antioxidants just for our general health, fruits, berries, vegetables, but it's also important to apply it topically for our skin health as well. Vitamin C is a really common skincare ingredient that is a really potent antioxidant.
Okay. And eat, like, I like that you say to eat it, because at the end of the day, our skin's an organ, right? Like,
Yep, exactly. Yeah. And so being able to get it through our body and topically is both important.
cool. I love me some blueberries. All
Yes.
right. Don't,
Kiwis.
yes, love it all.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't skip the eye and lips. This is a big one. My husband just, this spring already got a sunburn on his lips.
Yes, yeah. So there's a lot of studies that actually come out that people are really, it's easy and it makes a lot of sense, right? Because our mouth, you don't want to get sunscreen in the mouth, you don't want to get sunscreen in the eyes. So people are really careful around those areas, which seems normal, but those areas are actually one of the most highest risk areas of our face. So not only is it more at risk, but then we're also not protecting that area as well. A study that came out in a 2019 PLOS ONE journal found that people who use sunscreen that's mixed with their makeup or moisturizers are even more likely to miss those areas. So it's really important that you spend just a little extra time. Maybe you can buy sunblock lipstick or lip chapstick to make sure that you're putting it on that area, to make sure that you're really protecting those parts of our face.
Okay, I love it. All right, finally, always have soothing ingredients ready to go. And you sent me a little list of things, like if you get a sunburn, you can mix this together. And I was really excited about this.
Yay! DIY masks are so much fun, especially right now when you're in your kitchen, you're cooking more, you're like, let me throw on a mask since I'm here.
Right.
It's good to have ingredients ready to go if you need to soothe your skin. Maybe you got a sunburn, maybe it's just really hot out, so your skin's inflamed. Aloe vera is like the number one thing. In fact, actually, I don't know if you could tell on my dining room table, I've got a little aloe plant. I like to use an actual plant because then I know there's not any like added alcohols that will dry out my face.
Right.
That's a really good soothing ingredient just to have on hand. I'll mix a tablespoon of that with a tablespoon of full fat yogurt, plain, no flavoring. Which is great for a little exfoliation. It's a little probiotic going on. It's cold. It feels good on the skin. And then chamomile tea is soothing for the skin as well. So I'll put a little brewed tea in there and I'll mix it all together and throw it on my face. Save the tea bags because then you can put them in your freezer and just kind of dab your face if you're really hot and sunburn. It feels super good and it's super soothing for the skin.
Lindsey, if people want to follow you on social media, where can they find you?
Skin Health by Lindsey. That's Lindsey spelled with an EY at the end. Check out my Instagram, Facebook, or my website, skinhealthbylindsey.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. You guys, The Jason Show will be right back.